In a flash and crash of lightning, thunder rolled across the sky as rain began to patter against the window. Leonard Leopard whistles a happy tune while he shuffled over to the couch, a glass of dry red wine in one hand and a board game in the other. He sat down, turned the TV off, and lifted the lid. A cloud of dust puffed into the air as he blew across the top. He set the Ouija board on the table. Sky Alexandra found himself sitting at a table lit by a single candle. Complete darkness surrounded him. He could not make out his surroundings. In front of him was a board with the entire alphabet, numbers, and the word goodbye on it. "Hello, is there anyone there?" asked Leonard. The planchette immediately slid to yes. Sky suddenly saw a message appear in the darkness before him, glowing white. "Hello, is there anyone there?"
"Yes," he said aloud, and his hands moved on their own toward yes on the board.
"Where are you?" The letters appeared again in front of Sky.
"Haddonfield," he said, and his fingers spelled the word across the board.
Leonard frowns. "Weird. I am in Haddonfield," he muttered. "Where in Haddonfield are you?" The planchette crept forward, deliberate and slow.
"Number 52, it spelled.
Leonard shot up, knees slamming into the table, sending it screeching forwards. "But I am in number 52, he thought. On the other side, Sky's table jerked violently. A deep red stain began to spread across the board. "Shit!" Leonard shouted, sprinting to the kitchen. He grabbed a cloth, heart racing, and dabbed at the wine he'd spilled on the board. Sky rose in the darkness and began to walk, his footsteps tapping on the wooden floorboards that echoed endlessly. Leonard froze as faint footsteps answered him from somewhere inside the house. He spun and flicked the light switch on. For a second, in the space between darkness and light, he saw a man standing by the doorway. Black slicked hair, a mustache, a walking stick, and formal attire. Then the room was empty. Leonard sat down again, uneasy. "What year is it?" he asked the board. The planchette shifted, spelling slowly.
1910.
"When did you die?" he whispered. The board stayed still. Sky stared down, confused.
"Die? I'm not dead."
The darkness surrounding him began to flicker, flashes of memory forming. He saw himself lying in bed, coughing blood. Tuberculosis. The candle flickered and guttered out, leaving him in complete darkness for a second, until light flooded in. Sky stood in a modern living room. Leonard sat on the couch, pale and frozen. Sky walked over, placed a gloved hand on Leonard's, and guided the planchette. Together, they spelled the words, I died in 1910.